welcome to my video. I know it's been forever
Welcome to my channel.
Welcome to our channel. Say welcome to Mommy's channel.
Welcome to my mommy's channel.
He's so sweet. This guy is my little guy. He's 3 years old. What is your name, buddy?
Julian.
Tell them what your name is.
Julian.
Yes, his name is Julian. Welcome back. I am here with a where I've been / hyperthyroid awareness video.
This is my house.
Yes, this is his house. But
And my daddy's working.
yes, he's working. This is why we're doing a video, right?
Yeah. And we're going to Target.
Yes, we are going to Target after. Thank you for letting them know. All right, now my turn? Yeah? Okay. So, like I was saying, guys, I know that it's been a long time since I've done a video, and I really wanted to get back to it, but I was like, okay, like, where do I start? How do I, dive back into it again? And what better way than to let you guys know where I have been, why I've been gone, and also let you guys know about thyroid disease. And so, let's get started.
Good job.
So about maybe a little over a year ago, maybe close to the 2-year mark. Yeah, close to the 2-year mark, a little bit before I posted my last video, I had been feeling very, very sick. And now I can say I had been feeling very sick because at the time I didn't think anything of it. Like the symptoms here and there that I was experiencing, I was like, that is probably something, I'm experiencing this, but it's probably something that's just gonna go away, For example, and I'm gonna go a few things that I experienced.
Now we're going inside.
I would feel extremely tired, and this was like right from waking up in the morning to get ready to go to work. I would feel extremely tired, especially when I was like standing in front of the mirror trying to apply my mascara. It would get to the point where I would feel like I really needed to take a deep breath, and I go like that because that's literally how I would go. Or literally go and lay on my bed for about a couple of seconds because I felt exhausted.
Look, my wing.
Okay. And so I would feel extremely exhausted. I would want to, like do my eyeliner for work and, look presentable. But just doing my makeup alone was just exhausting. But I was like, like maybe I didn't get a good enough sleep. Maybe I was so tired last night and my body didn't get enough time to rest that I, like they say, lo tiré al león. I was like, whatever, no es nada. Then, sometime later, I started noticing how like my hands would feel very, very jittery, like I'd be, I work at a dental office, and so I work at a dental office, and so whenever I would start having to make the temporary crowns, Julian, can I talk to them, please? Yeah. Whenever I would want to start working on the temporary crowns, my hands would get very jittery, and like that did freak me out, and I was like, well, maybe I need to lay low on my coffee. I love coffee. And so I was like, maybe I need to like quit drinking coffee. Maybe it's the caffeine that's making me feel this way. And so I did quit coffee for a while, but I didn't notice any change. I still felt like my hands were jittery. I still felt like the tremors wouldn't go away. And there for a split second, I thought, oh my goodness, am I about to have like, is this beginning symptoms of, what's it called? When people have the very, very heavy tremors. Parkinson's. I was like, is this a beginning symptoms of Parkinson's? Another one of the symptoms that I was experiencing was dryness of my skin, particularly this area right here, and then my face, and kind of like behind my ears, which was very weird. I was like, it was during the winter, so I blamed all the dryness and the itchiness of my skin on heaters.
Summer Street.
So I was like,
Summer Street.
buddy, relax. So I
And
was
my
like,
mom.
okay, Julian, okay, ya. Dame un momento, por favor, ¿sí? So I was blaming the itchiness of my skin on it being winter, and the fact that everywhere I went was like heater full blast. See, if I was in my car, it was like with the heater on. If I was at work, we had the heater going. Here at home, same thing. I had my heater going. It's freaking winter. You got to have your heater on, you know? And so I was like, maybe that's what it is. So I would apply like tons of lotion on my face, facial creams, hydrating this, hydrating that, and then I even bought this like aloe vera gel that I would like rub onto my entire like face and neck and behind my ears and whatnot. And I was like, it's gonna go away, it's gonna go away, but it kind of really didn't. And there was this one time where a friend of mine invited me to take our daughters out ice skating, and so we took them. We were at the mall at this ice skating ring that they have there, and it had been a while since the last time we had seen each other. So we were carrying a conversation at the same time. We were kind of looking at the girls ice skating, and I remember she was sitting to my left hand side, and so we would look back and forth at each other, you know, as we were handling the conversation, and then back at the girls. And so I remember that there was this one moment where I kind of looked at her to continue talking, and then she looked at me and she's like, oh my God, Gabby, like your eye just did something funny, you know, like your eye. And I was like, you know, what is it? What did it do? And so she goes, I feel like as we were talking, like, and you looked at me, like one of your eyes like took a little bit of time to, get to where I needed to be or whatever. I guess just reacted slower is what I'm trying to say. And so along with the dryness of my skin, I was also noticing that my eyes were drying out quite often. So I was constantly having to put eye drops, lubricating eye drops. And so then I told her, oh, you know, because my eyes have been somewhat dry, and maybe that's what it is. And, you know, like, we left it at that. We kept talking, da-da-da-da. And it kind of just stayed behind my head. I was like, you know, like, what could that have been, you know? But anyways, that happened. And then about a week later from that particular incident, I was over at my mom's house. It was during Semana Santa. And every, when it comes to the very last day of Semana Santa, I go over to my mom's house to help her make some capirotada, because she makes the best capirotada ever. And so I really, 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 really want to learn how to make it the way she does, like as bomb as she does. That way, whenever I get older, and then my kids get older, I can, you know, teach them my mom's way of making capirotada. Anyways, off subject. And so I was over at my mom's house helping her make some capirotada. My little sister was there. My little sister is very blunt. She will tell you things how they are. She will say how it is, no pelos en la boca. And so we were sitting there, and same thing. She was to my left hand side, and we were talking. Mom was in the kitchen. And as we're talking and looking again at each other back and forth, she's like, the fuck, Gabby? Like, your eye just did something freaking crazy. And she's like, I feel like your eye just went cockeyed for a second. And I was like, you know, like, what the heck? And I was like, stop right there. Before you tell me anything else, which eye is it? You know, just to kind of see if it was going to be the same eye that my friend had noticed a week prior. And so she's like, it was your left eye. Like, no joke, your eye just fucking did something crazy. So then, right at that moment, I get up and I go into my mom's bathroom, and I look in the mirror, and I'm like trying to move my eyes all kinds of directions just to see if I can catch my eyes do like the freaking same thing. The only one thing that I did notice was that my left eye was a slight bit, like a tiny bit bigger than my right eye. But I was like, whatever, I've always had big eyes. Maybe this one just got bigger maybe this one is just bigger than the other one. But then when my sister said that, I was like, okay, I have got to do something about this, because sadly but truly, I'm the type of person that I will not go to the doctor unless I'm really on my deathbed, you know? Hi, Julian. Are you ready to behave? Like, again, I'm the type of person that will not go to the doctor unless I am on my deathbed. And so, like in this case, something that is noticeable. It sucks that I'm that way, because why do I have to wait until something is noticeable that people are gonna notice it? And that people are gonna notice it for me to do something. Like, no, you know, like if my stomach's hurting, people can't see it, so as much as it hurts, I'm probably not gonna go to the doctor. If my head is hurting, then I'm most likely, give me a second. Let's give Julian.
Yeah.
Cartoons for Julian. Okay. Julian's gonna go watch cartoons so mommy can finish doing this, right?
Yeah.
Can I have a kiss? Can I have a kiss?
Yeah.
Okay, here you go. Anyways, where was I, guys? Yes, sadly and I'm pretty sure there's other people like me out there, you know, we wait until that we're on our deathbed to do something about our illnesses, or until it's something that is physical and people can see it. In my case was my eye. My eye is freaking doing something crazy. People are able to tell. And so I have got to go to the doctor. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna start with going to my eye doctor. So I scheduled an appointment. I go to the doctor. She checks my eye. She's like, yes, you do have an eye infection on your left eye. So I'm gonna have you use these steroid drops to clear the infection, and I'm gonna bring you back. I finish the eye drops. I go back. She checks my eyes. She says, okay, they're looking better. However, I do notice how the left one is slightly bigger than the right, and I do notice some, you know, swelling on your lids. So she started asking me all these questions, like, have you been experiencing this, that? I mean, she gave me a list. Among those things, she mentioned the dryness of the skin. She mentioned me feeling tired. She mentioned the tremors in my hands, and a couple of other things that I said yes to. So when she was done, she's like, she wrote me a little script, and she's like, I need you to go see your medical doctor, because I really do think that you're suffering from thyroid. Go have your levels checked, and then we'll take it from there. Long story short, I go to the doctor, they do the lab work, and the lab work comes back. They call me and they're like, okay, we are going to start you on a pill because your levels came back hyperactive. So I had a hyperactive thyroid. Funny, but I have to mention another one of the symptoms that I was experiencing was like, I would have mood swings like there was no tomorrow. Like I was literally thinking, no, hombre, I'm probably gonna be bipolar. But you know, like now when I look back to then and now that I'm on my medication and whatnot, it was that. I mean, I could probably do a separate video on like, you know, in depth, because I really did my research as far as thyroid goes. And so, man, you do go through a lot. People that suffer from thyroid, you probably can be like, oh, it's like having diabetes. Diabetes is serious. I'm not saying that thyroid is any more or any less, but it's like, you know, like a lot of these illnesses, people don't really take them serious until you really live them. So me sitting here telling you that, you know, thyroid is something that you really have to take care of it. It is, because until you live the symptoms and you come back to feeling yourself once you are on medication. And I'm not saying the medication is the only solution, but because during my whole entire, you know, research of thyroid and medications and blah blah blah, I did come across a lot of naturistas, I would say, or homeopathic remedies. I think that's how you say it. Anyways, the doctors had tried to cure the thyroid with natural, like the natural way. In my case, well, of course, I chose to go with actual, like a natural medication, just because I wanted to treat this as fast and as soon as possible. So then once I got that under control, I ended up I was referred to an endocrinologist just to, monitor my eye, because unfortunately, when we caught my thyroid, it got to the point where, along with that, I got Graves' disease. And so what that is just a disease that pretty much attacks the eyes. I've been monitored for an entire year just to make sure that my eyes, because with Graves' disease, people's eyes tend to bulge out to the point where they have to have surgery to make the pockets of the eyes deeper so the eyes can go back. And thankfully, in my case, it didn't get to that point because we caught it on time. It did affect my left eye a little bit, and so I'm very self-conscious about that. I don't know if you guys are able to tell, from this video or whatever, from just looking at me. But at one point, and until this day, I'm debating whether I should have surgery for it just to lower my lid, or I should just leave it alone. A lot of people, including my mother, which I love dearly, and I think that she's the only reason why I've, kind of not chosen not to get the surgery, is because she's my mother. And moms know better, right? And I feel like I need to listen to my mother. She says, no, mija, no agarres la cirugía porque, your uncle suffered from this, y se alivió, just give it some time. Your tía such and such también pasó por esto y se alivió, don't do nothing to your eyes. They're beautiful the way they are. Don't do nothing to them. And so those comments to advice is kind of what has kept me from going and doing the surgery, because I'm very vain, sadly, but I am. And so I feel like whenever people are talking, like that's the first thing that they're gonna notice, like my eyes. It's like me working in a dental field and I'm talking to you. Not that I want to notice your teeth, that's the first thing I want to notice, but unfortunately, that's the first thing I see is teeth. I work with teeth the entire Monday through Friday. That's all I see, teeth. And so that's the only thing that has, again, kept me from doing the eye surgery, the lowering the eyelid. I ended up getting a complete thyroidectomy, and I don't know if you guys could kind of see I'll get closer. If you guys could see my little scar right here. And this is it's been October 30th, has been exactly a year since I got my thyroid completely removed, like a complete thyroidectomy. Why I did that, or the reason why I chose to go that route even though I didn't have to, is because thyroid can eventually create cancer, or your thyroid can create cancer, So with those risks being, something that could possibly happen down the road or in the future, I was like, no, what is it that I can do to make sure that this is maybe not something that's going to happen to me and I'm going to have to deal with it later. Was to have a complete thyroidectomy, which, it was also something that was going to help my eyes a lot. Again, I did a lot of research and I can sit here and talk and on and on and on and on about it, but not today. And so I chose to have a complete thyroidectomy, which that means that I'm on a pill for the rest of my life. Every morning I wake up and the first thing I do is take my little pill, just to, because what your thyroid does is, it's got all those hormones. Again, I can sit here and talk about it forever, but it controls all of your hormones, and so now that's what the pill does. Since I don't have a thyroid gland, I have to take the pill to do what the thyroid gland was supposed to do for me. But yes, so you know, that was the reason why I had been gone for so long, because I was experiencing so many life changes with this illness, that, you know, feeling tired, feeling weak, feeling exhausted, having the mood swings, dealing with my skin, dealing with my eyes. I didn't have, sadly, but I didn't have time to, you know, think about anything that was not inside that box. I have to make myself better. I have to make myself better for my kids, and I want to be here for a long time, so I needed to do me. And so yes, I am back, and so I have plans of making all kinds of different videos, blogging videos. I already have a couple of mukbangs. Is that how you say it? Mukbang. My daughter Valerie's always like, no mom, that's not how you say it. But I can't say it. That's the only way. Mukbang or mukbang, whatever. When you eat in front of the camera and talk to people, and talk to you guys and whatnot. I already have a couple of those planned out. If my friends and family are watching this video, you guys know that I've reached out to you guys constantly about suggestions on what the next video should be, because I am planning to be here for a while. So I am hoping that you guys can give me all of your love and support in watching my videos, and possibly subscribing and liking and all that good stuff. Because I feel like I'm back. I am finally back in control of my life, and I want to be here to stay, guys. So yes, please. And with that said, and I hope I didn't make this, you know, such a long story, but I just wanted to, you know, make this my comeback video, let you guys know where I've been, what has been going on with my life, and let you guys know that I am back to hopefully stay. No, I am back to stay, baby. So please give me your suggestions. Do thumbs up this video, and leave me any comments if you guys want to know a little bit more of thyroid, or if you guys want to give me information as far as, you know, what you do if you've had a complete thyroidectomy, if you guys are suffering from the Graves' disease. I'd love to hear, you know, what your experiences are, and you know, do you suggest me getting the eye surgery or not? If I choose to do that, I hope that in the future, if I go that route, I will let you guys know my experiences as well. But yes guys, I have cleaned out the telarañas from my YouTube channel, and I am here hopefully for a long time. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll catch you guys at the next video.